All right now, greetings, family. Greetings to every one of us. Hope we are all doing great on this special set apart day. All right now, it is another wonderful day for you and I to circle around Abba YAHUAH'S eternal blessed throne and to listen to his eternal blessed voice, the very one that is going to be a purifying effort in our soul, spirit, and body. And the royal law makes it so clear that whenever we put, of course, the word of Abba Yahuwah in our spirit, it simply means eternal breath. And that is going to make us wise in the midst of our enemies. Okay? And that also is going to enable us to be, or rather to establish, every matters that comes our way. And that is what we always do in this set apart platform dedicated unto Abba Yahuwah to speak his very mind. Thank you, Abba Yahuwah, for you are here, for you are the reason I live. To you eternal be all praise. Thank you for living among us, the camp of Yisrael, your set apart spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh. And also thank you for giving us the spirit of wisdom, understanding, to live among scorpions and serpents. Hallelujah. Thank you, Abba. Thank you so much. Because you said it's not he that wills, nor he that runs. It is you only, eternal, that showeth mercy. Thank you for your eternal mercy upon the camp of Yisrael. You are very choosy, the elect. Hallelujah. With this being said, family, here we are in the heavenly courtroom of Abba Yahuwah with this powerful message titled for you and me. Apostle Joseph suleSEX and Barren Iyore, Mama Bag of Salt and Red Sea are perfect definition of a shame and disgrace to Edo's land. I am Edo. I am an Edo woman. Okay? It's been called Edo, popularly known as Edo. These two people, these two man and woman, this man and woman, Iyore and Apostle Joseph suleSEX, are perfect shame, perfect definition. When you look into shame and disgrace, how does it play it? How does it look like? If you really want to know the perfect definition of shame and disgrace, look into Joseph suleSEX, ma'am, and look into Iyore. They both are from Edos. Okay? They both are from what? Edos. They are Edo indigenous. They are the aborigine of this land called Edos. From Wales are also comes from. Okay, so we want to look into the shame and disgrace or reproach these two people has brought to that land. These two people that belongs to kingdom of darkness and mask up their wickedness with our Bible. So let's look into it through the mindset of Abba Yahuwah. We want to do it. I want to beat someone today. I want to slap someone right now. I want to beat someone today. I want to slap someone right now with the truth, with the truth, with the truth of Abba. I want to slap them both in Yahuwah's mighty name, because the word of Abba Yahuwah is a hammer, is a fire. He burns eternal, and is a hammer. It pieces every wicked spirit. Okay, yes, let's do it together. Thank you, Abba Yahuwah, the eternal glory, power, success of Abraham. Hallelujah unto you. All right, now, family, we want to preset it, because the royal law says precept has to be upon precept, line upon line. Take your relate and also take the relate. Prior to the title, how do I know? Not just me only, and my joy is that about let's say, of course, this is a pass mark if about 60% or 55% people begin to look into today what is called truth, or what is called believer, or what is called man of God, and then I find out that this very apostle Joseph suleSEX, says is a demonic man. is a demonic man. That is my joy. Progress, of course, is being made in this matter. A lot of people believe prior to the insider. Oh my, we are in the house of Justice suleSEX. Now, I have already told you, I downloaded it. No matter what you will do, it cannot go out from me or social media. All right, now, let's do it together. Ephesians chapter 5 verses 11. Have no fellowship with the unfaithful workers of darkness, but rather expose them. So what are we doing now? We want to do another expose of these two people. Okay, they came from the same land, Edos, okay, from Wales also come from. But these two people are legions of demons in that land. They have polluted that land. They corrupt that land. They enslave that land. We're gonna see that. We're gonna see the practical right from the royal law. So I want to expose them. How do I know that they are perfect shame and disgrace? I don't know if you follow this with Jezebel, this witches of Endon, called the Iyore one of Paris. Oh no, her confession. If you see what that woman is making our people to be doing online, if you see how this woman dragged Edo people to the mud, how she ridiculed Edo through her evil confession, that she will be asking people to be confessing unto her. I've heard a lot of confession that sometimes I wept. Why should this one? Because bad thing is in every places. Why Edo's own is different from every other people? No other tribes is doing this demonic movement. Only Edo's people. Justice suleSEX is an Edo man. No other man has ever brought reproach, disgrace, and insult to Christianhood, to pastorhood, to our Bible, to heaven, to families, to children, to everything that connected, circle around him. No one has ever done that apart from Justice suleSEX. Is he only the pastor in Nigeria? Is he only the pastor in the Christendom? Is he only the one that carried the Bible? Of course not. Look at this bastard called Iyore, Mama Bag of Salt and Water. She's Barren Iyore. Okay. Look at what that one is also doing. This woman conducts live sex audio right on social media. She now begin to direct boyfriend or girlfriend have to have sex. She now begin to tell the man, put your breast, put your mouth or in her breast, or the woman put your breast in her mouth and squeeze it like this and scrub it like that and do it like, oh no. And you call yourself, no, anyway, they are Christian, but what am I saying? Apostle Justice, no, not Apostle, Apostle. Justice suleSEX is a Christian. We have done that. It's Islam, Muslim, and Iyore is not a Christian at all. That one is a demon. That one is another nonsense. She's an idol worshiper. Let me just put it clear, simple like that. All right now, so I want to expose them, like where we just read it says. So before we start digging more, curse is upon the one they call their daddy phrase. You are cursed eternal with the everlasting curse in YAHUAH'S mighty name. Why these curses come to you? You call darkness light. How? Now you know too well that Justice suleSEX is far, far, far away from what is called Christianity. Christians don't believe Bible, but they carry Bible. We see that. Justice suleSEX don't believe Bible, but he never carries Bible. He carry Quran. And this nonsense, their daddy freeze know too well that this guy missed it already. Then you now begin to be his supporter. You now begin to be his social media eyes. You now begin to be his social media defender. You now begin to defend what is defendless. That when this man says that his nash or his nonsense, his dark side is already on the social media. That was about last week or 2 weeks ago. Right away, when he now knew that inside that his husband, Amos and Martha, Amos was there for over 10 years. When he now said that that one dragged him, of course, the truth must be out. Justice suleSEX, you should have been wondering by now why shame and disgrace keep following you. Yes, because the royal law said, Whosoever that covers his sin shall not prosper. You see how much you try to cover, still shame and disgrace still follow you. Mike Davis came out 1st of this January of this year, and you use a huge amount of money to cover it up in the beginning of this year. Now you see the end of this year, the matter is surface again. You should have been afraid of heaven now. You should have been afraid now of heaven. The one that is going to come now, you won't be able to stop this. Now, after he saw that Amos brought the matter already to social media, now right away, quickly, because you don't want to let your willing slaves go. You want to keep enslaving your willing slaves, but heaven is going to help them out. I mean, the elect among you. Now, what happened? Right away, Justice Sule says, quickly conduct a service and said to his gullible followers, his willing slaves, and say, whatever business you want to go into, I'm ready to sponsor. Why was he bringing that satanic help? Because he knew another heavy expose has already taken place in the social media. They knew already that Amos, his very husband for a whole 10 years, has dragged him out already in the social media. Now he's now beginning to search for this one that is also going to perish with him eternal, called their daddy freeze, to defend him. Right away, he conducted service and now tell his willing slaves, because he don't want them to free. They want to keep enslaving them. That whatever business they want to go into, any whatever profession they are, whatever they are good at, he said they should bring the matter to him. He's going to establish every one of them. Cover up, you shall not prosper. As soon as he do that, he have done that service right away. This nonsense, the daddy free said, he now sent it to him. He said, he sent it to me this morning on a WhatsApp. That one now came, he now began to preach a message because he want to again help Justice Sule destruction. Okay, he want to defend again Justice Sule, link of fire, whom is defendless. You can't defend him. But the Justice Sule says you are trying to help, and you demonic freeze, you all will be squashed by the power that is going to be revealed now. In YAHUAH'S mighty name is coming. You can't stop this now because your time is over. That's it. All right, now, Proverbs chapter 14, verses 34. Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a disgrace to any people. Now, who is a nation? Edo nation, you and I, every indigenous Edo, our nation, we are one nation. Okay, he said now righteous. What is righteous? To have the right stand with Abba Yahuwah. He said any leaders that has the right stand. I'm not talking about secular words, pagan, politician. I'm not after those ones. This is our book. It refers to righteous people because politicians don't have no right stand with Abba Yahuwah. Not at all. But the so-called people, that is poly crowd, that is, poly people, that people is looking up to. The voice of Justice Sule is already being, established. The whole world heard about his voice. And likewise, this prostitute Iyore, the whole indigenous Edo heard about his voice. But I don't obey. I heard about her voice, but I'm not under her voice. Likewise, Justice Sule says, I'm not under his voice, but I heard his voice, but I'm not under his voice. But what about majority that is under their voice? And the self-righteousness is going to, lift everyone up. It's going to put every indigenous Edo upon the mountain or on the cloud. Because self-righteousness is going to lift its upliftment. It's an exhortation. It's going to raise you higher. Because of the anointing that you carry, the leader. Therefore, every indigenous that listens to their voice, you will be lifted. Now it says sin is a reproach, it's a disgrace, insult, disgrace, shame and disgrace to the Edos, to any person. That is any person that is under these people's voice. He said their sins, lawbreaker, is going to be bringing shame and disgrace unto you. Since you believe their voice, they are leaders. Therefore, their voice is going to be bringing shame and disgrace unto, he said to any person, which means anybody that believes they are nonsense, you will be reproached. Shame and disgrace is going to cover your life. Why? Because you believe a carrier of shame and disgrace, just as the title says. All right. So, you and I are a nation. Are you under these people's voice? Of course, I don't even need to ask you that, because I know over 70% are in this delusion. In fact, 92%. Yeah, 92%. Not 70, 92% are already being captivated, enslaved by liars and ministers of lies. Hosea 4, verse 6. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no more prince to me, saying, seeing thou hast forgotten what? The law of Yahuwah. I will also forget thy children. This is generational curse. As they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore, I will change their glory into shame. Anyone that is not having righteousness, that is not having the right stand with Abba Yahuwah, your glory is being changed into shame, regardless how you see it. Who are these people the royal law is referring to? Yahuwah said, my people. Who are his people? The people that carry Bible. The people that carry this Bible, but they are not carrying it the way it's supposed to be. They neglect many parts, and they not choose the part they want to choose, and they rejected the part they want to reject. And that is already loophole in your life, because you reject some part, you took some part. The part that favor you say, okay. The part that you reject, he said, therefore, your glory is going to be shame and disgrace. And these people that their glory is going to be shame and disgrace, when you begin to type from their shame, type from nonsense they are doing, in like manner, you also live in the life of shame and disgrace. My people did not say the people of the devil. My people did not say satanic seed. My people are destroyed. So the people of Yahuwah is going to be destroyed. For what? For lack of knowledge. For you to be sitting under this demonic voice, this demonic woman voice, and say this one is going to lead you to heaven, you will be destroyed in Yahuwah's mighty name. I'm not the one that says so, but the royal Lord do. And for you to sit under the wicked voice of Joseph Sule destruction, and you say you're going to go through heaven by the teachings of Joseph Sule destruction, you will be destroyed in the mighty name of Yahuwah. I'm not the one that says so. The royalist said, my people are destroyed. For what? For lack of knowledge. For the truth you face to look into. Because judgment is on its way coming. Revelation chapter 18 verses 4. Listen. Where am I? Oh, 22, no. Revelation 18 verses 4. Listen. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Let me tell you, 10 plagues is on its way coming. Iyore is going to be plagued, and Jerusalem is going to be plagued. Jerusalem plagues begins already. Also, Iyore's plagues also begins already. This is a woman, the Oba of Edo, placed eternal destruction curse on. Not just that, because Oba of Edo did that, heaven signed it. Heaven put a seal on it. Likewise, Joseph Sule said, do you know curses upon the head of Joseph Sule says? Not just because people swear, Yahuwah backed up that curses. Because it says it's going to change your glory into shame. Now, it said, come out of her, my people. So that you don't do what? So that you don't be a partakers of her punishment. So that you won't be swept away for the judgment that is coming. You won't be swept along with a Sodom and Gomorrah people. With the people that is destined for destruction. Because his people are going to be destroyed for lack of knowledge. I think I will put the 5. We are also running out of time. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahuwah hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she had feed to her a double. For how much she hath glorified herself and lived luxuriously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and I am no widow, and I will see no sorrow. Therefore it shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is Yahweh Elohim who judged her. You see, her punishment is going to be burnt. It's going to be burnt with fire. You want to be a part of that? First of all, that was what he called unto you. Come out of her, my people, because Yahweh is going to judge these two people. Iyore and Joslema is going to be the very example Abba Yahweh is going to use, is going to be the very example of Abba Yahweh's wrath. Wrath is on its way coming. Judgment is on its way coming. So that is why this message came out. If you're privileged to listen to it, come out of her, my people, so that you will not be a partaker of this fiery judgment that is going to roast them before you and before her. The way they bring shame and disgrace to the Bible, the way they ridicule Bible, the way they ridicule Edo's land, in like manner, say it's going to be double for their punishment. These two people, mark this message. I know what I saw in the spirit realm is prophetic. Now listen, 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verses 33. Do not be misled. Do not be deceived. Bad, evil company. Okay, let me take it again. Do not be deceived. Evil companies corrupts good character. Now, what Abba Yahweh is saying, when you are in the group of evil company, therefore, they're going to be polluting the actual good character you're supposed to hold on to, you're supposed to be living for right from the Bible you carry. He said, these people, evil, wickedness, it simply means corruption. These two people has already been destined for eternal damnation, unbreakable, irrevocable judgment. Don't be a part of their judgment, because they are a corrupt seed. You should have been studying the royal law to live for the royal law, which is the good character left for you to live for. But when you reject that and not begin to follow this deceiver, evil spirit company, fearful, said they're going to corrupt you, which means you're going to be a part of their judgment. Come out of her, my people. Romans chapter 16, verses 17 through 18. I urge you, brothers, to watch out for those who cause divinations and put obstacles in your way that are contrary to the teaching you have learned. Keep away from them. 18. For such people are not serving Yahuwah. For such people are not serving Adonai Mashiach, but their own appetites for smooth talk and flattery, they deceive the minds of naive people. Did you get that? It says such people, just stay away from them. Run away from them. Separate yourself from them. Let me tell you, when Abba Yahweh started doing the works of creation, Genesis chapter 1, what did he do? He separated the night from the darkness. These are two different camps. But when you now refuse, feel reluctant, live in the life of lack of knowledge, you refuse to acquire knowledge, and you now begin to live under the canopy of darkness, fear for judgment is going to sweep you away. That is what we are saying. Lot, we are separated from the judgment of Sodom and Gomorrah. Before Abba Yahweh brings judgment, even when Lot delayed, we see what the angel did. He grabbed his hand, he grabbed his two daughters' hand, and now lead them out of Sodom and Gomorrah, because the judgment is severe. You shouldn't be punished for what you know nothing about. You shouldn't bear another one's sin. Why should it die? Why should it be destroyed for the stupidity of Justice suleSEX and for the nonsense of Iyore? For what reason? If you keep holding on unto these two people, fearful you're going to be a part of their judgment. We still put some more. It says separate from them. Separate yourself from these people. 1 Corinthians chapter 5 verses 9 through 13. 1 Corinthians, I repeat, 1 Corinthians chapter 5 verses 9 through 13. I have written you in my letter and not to associate with sexually immoral people. Iyore is, in fact, Iyore in her whole husband legally married to her husband, a Frenchman. Till today, Iyore still receive widowhood money because she's a widow of a French citizen, French man. Okay, the French still pay her widowhood money every month because she is the widow of their citizen, legally married. Justice suleSEX again, legally married to his wife, but sex perversion everywhere. How can Justice suleSEX justify this? Are you not ashamed of yourself? You coming out to even calling, you even make a call, you say record me, you even put a call to Amos' brother and say, Martha, my job was that you admit that you know Martha and you also know Faith. That was my job. It's okay. This is conclude matter. This man is so shameless. He's a dog. You even have the guts to come out and defend this overwhelming evidence of your lifestyle, your promiscuous lifestyle. You even come to defend that. Now, married people, Iyore in her husband's death, burial ground, Iyore now beginning to kiss her boyfriend. And Iyore took her boyfriend to her husband's burial ground. They now begin to kiss right away. While she was married, she was having a boyfriend outside her marriage. Iyore is committing polyandry, and why Justice suleSEX is committing adultery. All right, now we put some. Now 10. But it says such people don't even do anything with them. Verses 10. Not all, meaning the people of this world who are immoral or greedy as swindlers or idolaters. In that case, you won't have to leave this world. 11. But now I am writing you that you must not associate with anyone who calls himself a brother but is sexually immoral or greedy, an idolater, or a slanderer, a drunkard, or a swindler. With such a man, do not even eat. Run away for your life. So that Gomorrah judgment is coming. He said, Lord, run for your life. If you look back, you will be swept away with the judgment of Sodom and Gomorrah. This is the time to run and never you look back. 12. What business is it of mine to judge those outside the ministry? Are you not to judge those inside? These are insiders, but they are worldly people. This should have been inside. You're a carry Bible, Justice suleSEX carry Bible. But they are worse than unbeliever. 13. Yahuwah will judge those outside, expel the wicked man from among you. He said you should expel them. Have no fellowship at all with them. He says such people don't even pass the road they pass because they are poisonous. They are serpent poisons. They're going to poison your totality. If you ever follow their guideline, they will poison your totality. All right, now, 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verses 6. In the name of our Adonai Yahushua HaMashiach, we command you, brothers, to keep away from every brother who is idle and does not live according to the teaching you received from us. So what is the teaching you received from them? Sexual immorality is the even worst thing in the royal. You see, keep repeating to that. He said every other sin man sin outside his body. That is 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 15 through 21. Go and read it. Every other sin you see, say you did not sin against the blood, you did not sin against your body. But he who sins sexually, he said you sin against your own body. How did you sin against your own body? That is you as you write your body of worthy of salvation. And you not set that body to be one with destruction. Verses 15 said, he that joined with high Lord become one body with high Lord. That's it. Okay, that is what it is. So right now, these two people, Iyore is conducting. Iyore is doing a vagina giveaway. Iyore is conducting boyfriend and girlfriend. This one is a thing that is so rampant. Just as Iyore is falling into sex perversion, in like manner, Justice Suleiman. And this is what the reproach is bringing to Edo's land, binding every indigenous Edo with demons. You're binding our brothers and sisters with demons? No. Judgment is on its way. Come out of her, or you will be swept with them. Now, verses 14, that same chapter. If anyone does not obey our instruction in this letter, take special note of him. Do not associate with him, in order that he may feel shamed, may feel ashamed. Now, how are you going to know them? He said, by their fruits. You cannot, you cannot cut yourself away from someone you don't know. Like you don't know, you think she's of heaven. She is a demonic and satanic woman. Therefore, when you begin to look into the Bible, you will construct your life and look into the Bible. Therefore, you're gonna know who she is. You cut yourself away from her. Iyore is living with a boyfriend, not yet married to her. And this was the sins of Sodom and Gomorrah, sex perversion. And Joseph is living a promiscuous lifestyle. He is so arrogant. He jumped from one vagina into another vagina. How can this be? I don't know what to say. When Amos began to ask Martha, did he put hand in your vagina? I felt sorrowful. I felt so sad in my spirit. Ask if a supposed man of God put hand in a house-girl vagina. That was horrible for me to hear. That breaks me down totally. That makes me cry. Say, I bet you will stand up now, witness judgment. I cried for this. He put hand for your toto. And now, did he put hand in your vagina? No, that is so ridiculous. No. So, you cannot avoid who you don't know. You cannot separate yourself from people you don't know. Except people you know to be true or to be false. When they are false, you say you should separate yourself. If they are true, therefore, cleave with them. Imitate those who are in what? Faith. All right, now 2 Timothy chapter 3, verses 5 through 6. Having a form of godliness and denying its power have nothing to do with them. 6. They are the kind who won their way into homes and gain control over weak women. Okay, silly women. Lay we see. Okay, let's drop that. 5 now. He said these people, they're going to put on the form of holy, the form of I know God. They're going to be dressed. This is wolves in sheep clothing. They're going to be dressing themselves as if I am sheep. But by their fruit ye shall know them. They have the form of holiness, godliness, and righteousness, but deny the power of Yahuwah. It says such people don't associate with them. Don't even go near that. It keep warning you. Why? Because of the upcoming judgment. Now, how did they deny? Like Iyore, he denies the holiness of Yahuwah. Iyore said, Yahushua said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No one goes to heaven but by me. That is John 14, verses 6. Iyore said, is it true? Iyore said, it is Eden, dead people. It is a Motan. It is Eden, a dead sinners. Their image and their picture. Look at what she's doing. This is what she's doing. This once is going to take you to heaven, bigger people. And Joseph says, to go to heaven is speckles and lies. This guy lies too much. He's just a pathological liar. What about toilet disappearance? What about somebody bought him a wristwatch of 250,000 pounds? What about the miracle money? What about all this nonsense we are hearing on the social media? He lies too much. He's just a pathological liar. If you see Justice Lema and Iyore, they are the perfect shame, perfect definition of shame and disgrace. If you want to know how shame and disgrace is to heaven, to Nigeria, to the whole world, to Edo State, look into Iyore's life and look into Justice Lema's life. You're going to be drawing your conclusion from there. All right now. A Second John is just one chapter, okay? Second John, verses 9 through 11. Anyone who anyone who ranks ahead and does not continue in the teaching of Messiah does not have Yahuwah. Whosoever continues in the teaching has both the Father and the Son. 10. If any man comes to you and does not bring this teaching, do not take him into your house or welcome him. 11. Anyone who welcomes him shares in his wicked work. Judgment is coming. He said, if you welcome, how do you welcome these people in? Literally, not physically. When they preach and said, this is the way to worship heaven. This is the way to believe in God. This is the way to live for this Almighty. And you take that junk into your spirit, you will be a partaker of their wicked works. You will not become the seed, the daughters and the son of that wicked one. In Genesis 3, which is the serpent. Do you see the warning that is bringing on your way? Why? Because judgment is coming. He said you're going to be burned with fire. With fire. Undilutable fire. Do you know how hot fire is? Go and take lesson from this physical one we have. Because the judgment of Sodom and Gomorrah is before you and me. Now, let me give you a clear picture. Leviticus chapter 10, verses 1 through 3. Nadab, okay, let me just read. And Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, took either of them his censer and put fire therein, and put incense thereon, and offered strange fire before Yahuwah, which he commanded them not to. And there went out fire from Yahuwah and devoured them, and they died before Yahuwah. 3. Then Moshe said unto Aaron, this is it that Yahuwah spake, saying, I will be sanctified in them that come nigh me, and before all the people I will be glorified. And Aaron hid his peace. These are the sons of high priest. They now begin to perform the oblation that is so strange. Before Yahuwah, he commanded them not. So what is the census? It's prayer. You will see that in Revelation chapter 5. So what is, you will see it in Revelation chapter 5. And you also see Revelation chapter 8, verses 3 through 5. Now, what is, census? Okay, let me take, because one is prayer. Yes. You see, prayer is called fire. Either a holy one or a strange one unholy. And we see Revelation chapter 30 also make it clear unto us how the beast, these are the beasts, okay, called fire in the presence of all. That is, you are making show of the power of he that resident inside of you. And we also say Yahweh also called that same fire in 1 Kings chapter 18. Now, when that fire comes down, what did he do? He slay every 850 prophets of Baal Peor. And now we see you call it, that is, you are making a fellowship with other deity. That is fire. You are praying to other deity. When you pray to other gods, that is not a creator of heaven and earth. Therefore, holy fire is going to come from the very one that created the heavens and the earth. Is going to consume you. Iyore and Justice Lee says, should that be the people of the book, the people of the land, the Edo indigenous, the aborigine. But they're going to be slain before you and me in a very horrible way by fire in Yahuwah's name, because he said that they are called strange fire. They are called strange fire. What is strange fire? You go and read John chapter 10, verses 1 through 10. Yahushua said, my sheep knows my voice, and the voice of stranger they cannot listen. Who is that stranger? It's in verses 10. The thief cometh not, but to steal, kill, and to destroy. That is the stranger. You shouldn't have been offering your prayer to. How can you be offering a prayer? This one we said he is offering you, he is leading you in prayer. Justice says, no, he's calling strange fire. If you're a prostitute, we also said she's leading you in prayer. No, she's calling strange fire. And by so doing, the holy fire is going to descend. It's going to burn them to ash. That is serious. Ashes. Now, quickly, let me put this declare picture I said. No room to read it at all. This one you will see. And Joshua, whom you call Joshua chapter 7. Now, what is the implication, spiritual implication of this? You can be prospering physically, but what about salvation? Now, let's see, chapter 7. When you read chapter 6, we see every other one that came out from Egyptians' bondage, they all shattered in the west of Jericho that became a stumbling block into Holy Land. Then the west of Jericho further flat. But there was one man in verses 7, one man there called Akia, okay, when the man of YAHUAH, Joshua, said, don't touch the property of Jericho. And he now went to go and touch the property of Jericho. He took the garment of Babylon. Remember, Iyore is a mystery Babylon. Disgrace is also a mystery Babylon. He now took that garment he put upon himself. Okay, he stole the gold and he stole the silver. What is this? Remember where we just read? He said these people don't know YAHUAH. They fight for their appetites. Disgrace bragged of 3 private jets. Iyore keep bragging of what she has already acquired and how much she worth. Now, that is serving their own appetite. Now, what happened? The same with this Akia. Read all. So, what happened? As a group, Joshua has never mixed a battle because these people took a cost thing. Iyore is a cost thing. Disgrace is a cost thing. You need not to associate with them. As soon as a cost thing was in the midst, a whole mighty man of YAHUAH, whom before Jericho further flat, whom before the rivers of Jericho became dry, who Abba YAHUAH used to do mighty, mighty wonders, lost a battle. Lost a battle from, few people that he should have just, when he raised up his hand, they would just further flat. This is a man of YAHUAH that suspended the sun and the moon and said, proceed not until I conquer my enemy. He lost a battle. Why? Because a cost thing was in the midst. And Abba YAHUAH, until you remove that cost thing, I will never go out with you. Go and read and see how they burn with fire. They burn that cost thing with fire. Akia, the thief, his children, his wife, his property, his house was being set ablaze. That is how horrible it is, because Abba YAHUAH said, you breaks my covenant. The same judgment is coming for Iyore. And Disgrace says, run out of them so that you will not lose salvation and so that you will not lose spiritual battle. You can also lose physical battle, of course. Like, that is the picture. I put you and me there. That is the picture of Joshua chapter 7. A mighty man of YAHUAH lost physical battle. But until that issue was resolved, Abba YAHUAH said, I'm not going no more with you. But he resolved it. And we burned him to ashes. That is the judgment